The dwarves have ventured deeper into the caverns beneath the fortress of the Wicked Anvil, expanding their reach and claiming new territory in the dark, untamed caves. This bold move has come with a heavy price. Dwarven blood has been spilt and the survivors have been left to bury their fallen. Yet, even in the face of such loss, the dwarves pressed on and uncovered something extraordinary within the new section of this cavern. The war efforts have drawn the attention of both the mountain homes and the king himself, and he has joined the Wicked Anvil and its dwarves on the front lines of the war. With newfound hope and support from the king, the dwarves prepare for battle. Early autumn of the year 127, the outpost liaison arrived with 3 wagons full of trade goods. We traded them an array of prepared meals, cut gems, and bone jewelry. And in return, we traded for exotic foods and seeds. We sent the liaison home with a profit of over 10,000 in value. Once the trade caravans left back for the mountain homes, the dwarves decided they were going to claim some new area in the caverns. This area had 2 choke points which could easily be walled off to defend the dwarves. This area would be used for wood production and food production in the future. So, plans started to get made and crews put together to start construction on the walls. Those meetings were interrupted by 4 snatchers, a goblin scouting party looking to snatch up a couple of our dwarven children. With the military on alert, one of them was killed while they all fled. The dwarves of the Wicked Anvil, determined to expand their territory, had opened a new section of the cavern to begin construction on a wall that would claim a vast and untapped area. However, as the crews of the workers began their efforts, disaster struck. From the shadows of the deep, hundreds of Cavedwellers launched a surprise ambush on the dwarves. The first wave of the attack was devastating. More than 10 dwarves fell instantly, overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of the vicious creatures from within the cavern. In response, the Thunder Spirit squad rushed into battle, but they too suffered heavy losses. They were not trained enough. 8 members of the squad were cut down in a ferocious assault. The situation was quickly spiraling out of control. It was then that the Anvil Commander Ezum and his Hammerbane squad had arrived. Upon seeing the slain dwarves and the chaotic battle unfolding, Ezum's fury ignited within him. He entered a martial trance, his mind sharpened to a deadly focus, and he tore through the ranks of the Cavedwellers with his steel battle axe. Moving with supernatural speed and precision, Ezum cut through the horde, slaying 25 Cavedwellers single-handedly in a whirlwind of steel and blood. The remaining Cavedwellers, seeing that their numbers were decimated by the unstoppable commander, began to retreat back into the shadows. Only one made it to safety and away from the rampaging dwarves behind him. The day had been won, but the dwarves paid a steep price for their expansion into the dark unknown. The cavern was now theirs, but the memory of the ambush and the fallen comrades would haunt them for the years to come. Sadly, during the fight, one of the heroes of the Wicked Anvil, Nil, the Hydra Slayer, had fallen. Zos, another one of our dwarves, carried him to his final resting place in the tombs. The Wicked Anvil will mourn this hero for a long time, but stories will always be told within the tavern of his great feat of slaying a Hydra. While the corpses of the Cavedwellers rotted just outside of our walls in the caverns, the dwarves built the walls all the way up to the ceiling within the cave. This would offer the utmost protection of our dwarves and allow us to move around safely within this area. A few levels above, the dwarves went ahead and started building some more tombs. There were still 4 to 5 dwarves' bodies that needed to be placed within one of the coffins. This layer would now be the home of any new tombs that we would build in the future. The recent attacks of the Cavedwellers sent one of our dwarves named Reg into a tantrum. Reg was within the temple when she punched a vase. One punch to the neck was all it took. She opened an artery, killing a vase on the spot. Our guards grabbed her and she was sentenced to over 81 days in prison. The recent expansion into the caverns allowed us to claim a pillar full of jewels. Within this pillar, we found multiple diamonds which have huge value to add to our fortress. The arrival of King Monum at the Wicked Anvil marked a pivotal moment in the fortress's history. After years of struggle, expansion, and relentless warfare against the goblins of the maligning monster, the king made a bold decision to declare the Wicked Anvil as the new capital of his dwarven kingdom. Its strategic position on the front lines of the war made it the perfect bastion from which to launch the final campaign. Monum, a king with a fierce vision for his future, saw the goblin threat as the greatest danger to his dwarven realm. With his arrival, he brought not only his royal entourage, but also the weight of the kingdom's full military might. His ambition was clear: to vanquish the goblins once and for all, ensuring the safety and the prosperity of his people for generations to come. Under his rule, the Wicked Anvil would become the symbol of dwarven strength and resilience, a fortress not just of stone and steel, but of determination and unity. The dwarves, emboldened by their king's presence, prepared themselves for the inevitable final battles, knowing that victory over the goblins was within their grasp now. Monum's arrival signaled the dawn of a new era, one where the goblins would be crushed and the dwarven kingdom would reign supreme. With the news of the king joining the Wicked Anvil, we had to create a royal throne room, bedroom, and dining hall for the king. With his preferences of kaolinite and iron, we fashioned iron cabinets, coffers, and tables, while kaolinite was his flooring. The king wasted absolutely no time planning the war efforts and ordering the dwarves to smelt over 700 ore to produce the iron and copper and steel that we needed. While construction of a power generator room was being completed, the dwarves opened a hole into the cavern. Once again, a large group of cave-dwellers attacked our dwarves. The Hammerbanes and the Thunderbane squad heard the cries for help and rushed in, slaughtering over 40 cave-dwellers, but we did lose over 19 dwarves. Once again, the Wicked Anvil was mourning their losses. The new tombs were put into use, and the king gave a rallying speech within the tavern. Though these days may be bleak, a brighter future was ahead for the dwarves of the Wicked Anvil. Those brighter days hopefully will be seen soon. With the emergence of the King Monum and the steady leadership of the Anvil Commander Ezum, the dwarves of the Wicked Anvil have two heroes to look up to. Ezum has seen all 10 years of the Wicked Anvil. Since its founding, 10 years have passed. I know that may be surprising to a lot of you. There have been 4 episodes, but do keep your eyes out if you're watching this pretty quickly. Do keep your eyes out for the 10-year video of the Wicked Anvil, which will put all episodes 1 through 4 all together and give you a more complete story. Now, if you did enjoy this content, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment. All of that stuff helps me out a ton. There are over 1,900 of you guys here now, and I really, really, truly appreciate you guys. There's been so much support and everything on my previous videos, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. Now, the comments and subscribes and all help a ton. If you do want to support me in any other way, there's a link tree down below in the description of this video. If you would like to check that out, you can find a spread shop where there's some cool stuff like this on there. I don't expect any of you guys to hit it, but if you do, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I will see you guys in the 10-year video. The Wicked Anvil stands strong. Thank you guys for coming to check this out. Peace.